hope you liked that little clip of donuts. That's just how we roll on my channel, you know? I like donuts. Kevin likes donuts, so yeah. And I thought it would be a good little intro for today's video. Today I'm going to talk about macros and some tips if you're just starting out on an If It Fits Your Macros plan. So we're just going to jump right into it. This isn't going to be a what is If It Fits Your Macros video. There's already a lot of information out there about If It Fits Your Macros, so if you don't know what it is, then check out like Lane Norton or some other, you know, good YouTubers who have those videos. I think LB Fit Body has one, and yeah, we're just gonna get started. So number one, obviously, do your research. That goes for if you don't know what If It Fits Your Macros is. Like I just said, there's a lot of really good information out there, and it's easy to find if you just look. You can, you know, go on bodybuilding.com, or like I said, Lane Norton. I think LB Fit Body has a video on macros, or If It Fits Your Macros. So just kind of look around and see what you find, and then, you know, decide if it's for you or not. And that kind of leads into knowing what your goals are. Before you start an If It Fits Your Macros plan, you really need to know what your goal is and what you want to get out of it. Do you want to lose fat? Do you want to gain muscle? Do you want to just kind of maintain where you're at right now? You need to know what you want out of it before you either A, go ahead and try to figure out your own macros, or B, hire a coach to figure them out for you. If you don't know what your goals are, then number one, it's going to be really hard for you to help yourself, and number two, it's going to be even harder for somebody to try and help you if you hire someone. So just know what your goals are, know what you want out of using an If It Fits Your Macros plan, and that will be kind of like a good starting point for you to jump in and start figuring everything out. So then what I have my clients do is track your regular food intake for a day on like MyFitnessPal or some other kind of app, so I can see where their fat, carb, and protein ratios are at, and so I can see, you know, how many calories they're eating in a day. This also relates back to knowing your goals. When I can see how many calories you're eating, where your ratios are at, I can decide, you know, based on the goals that you tell me you have for yourself, if we need to increase your calories, if we need to decrease your calories. If you're already eating at a maintenance level and that's your level, well then we'll just keep your calories the same. Maybe we'll rearrange your ratios, that kind of thing. So tracking your regular intake for a day without any specific guidelines can be really helpful for your coach and for yourself if you're trying to, you know, figure out your own macros. And that's how I kind of figure out mine. Once you have all that figured out, you're ready to, you know, figure out your macros and start doing the math. I don't recommend using online calculators because they don't know specific information about your body. Yes, you plug in the numbers, you plug in how active you are, you plug in your weight, if you're a male or a female, but everyone's body is different, everyone's genetics are different, everyone's metabolism is different, and those calculators can't account for any of that. So I know a lot of information out there says that the calorie breakdown for a gram of, you know, protein, carbs, and fat is 4 calories for a gram of carbs, 4 calories for a gram of protein, and 9 calories for a gram of fat. And while that's all fine and great, I learned from Kevin, because he started out as, you know, a medical major. He's in psychology now, but he's going to be a PA. So he learned in school that a gram of carbs is actually 4.5 calories, 1 gram of protein is 4.5 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So that's what I use to calculate my macros, my clients' macros, and I feel like it gives a little bit more of an accurate breakdown, I guess. More of an accurate breakdown. So when you're ready to do the math, you'll take, you know, your calorie intake assuming that you're already eating at a maintenance level of calories and you're not eating too little or too much, you'll take those calories and you'll divide it by, you know, the ratios that you want and multiply and do all that math. A good place to start for a lot of people, so that you can kind of figure out, you know, what you respond to better and what needs to go up, is a 40-30-30 breakdown. So 40% carbs, 30% fat, and 30% protein. And then once you kind of see how you react to that, you can kind of adjust as you wish. I don't even know what my ratios are anymore because I'm reverse dieting. So I know my grams, but I don't know what percentages I'm at because I've been slowly increasing carbs and fat for the last 2 months. So I don't really have percentages anymore. I just strictly rely on my macronutrient numbers. But I feel like 40-30-30 is a good place to start. It's a very safe range. Not to say that being safe is always good, but if you've never tracked macros before, then like I said, it's a really good place to start so you can figure out what works best for you. You know, if you start out with those percentages for, say, the first month that you're tracking macros and you're not, maybe your goal is to lose fat and you're not losing fast enough, you're not losing, you know, however much you want a week, or if your goal is to gain and you're not gaining anything, then, you know, you'll increase your carbs if you're looking to gain, or you'll lower your carbs or your fats if you're looking to lose. So it's a very moderate place to get a handle on what you need to adjust to get you to your goal. And I'll put, because I'm filming with my phone right now, I'll put like an example of how to break down your calories into those macro percentages on like its own screen right now. So then once you have your macros figured out and you're ready to start using them, you want to stick to between 85 and 90% healthy whole foods, and then 15% treats and whatever you're craving. And that's really what If It Fits Your Macros is, and it's gotten like a really bad rap in the last couple years, and it's starting to get better, but it's gotten a really bad rap the last couple years because people assume that it's just like, oh, we eat Pop-Tarts and ice cream and all these, like, you know, junk foods. Not that they're bad foods in moderation, but, you know, we eat all these junk foods because it fits our macros and we can still get shredded that way. That's really not the case. I actually crave a lot of healthy foods for the most part. So once you're, you know, used to it, once you follow If It Fits Your Macros for a while, you stop craving those sugary foods for the most part. Now, my reverse diet, I've been eating donuts and cookies and stuff like that, but I keep it to like once or twice a day, and sometimes even every other day. I don't eat that kind of stuff on the daily, and, you know, your body's not going to react and lose or whatever. You're not going to feel good eating that stuff all the time. So you want to try to keep it between 85 and 90% healthy foods, and then about 15% treats and whatever you're craving. And that's how you're going to get the best results. Now, you're probably wondering, well, if I'm tracking everything I eat, you know, isn't that bad for my mental state? Aren't I going to become obsessed? Isn't that like its own eating disorder now? I really don't think it should be classified as an eating disorder. I think that, yes, a lot of people become obsessed with the numbers, and so If It Fits Your Macros really isn't that good of a thing for them. But don't track everything. You don't have to track everything. I don't track everything. I only track like the important stuff, like whole meals. I don't track condiments. I don't track like if I have a piece of candy corn here or there, or I don't track my gummy vitamins. I don't track depending on the day. Like if I was in prep, I would track coffee if I put like regular flavoring syrup in, like I would track a Starbucks drink, but I don't track like coffee with sugar-free syrup in it, or coffee with, you know, the tiniest bit of creamer in it. I don't track that stuff. And that's how I keep myself from being obsessed with the numbers, and that's how I keep myself, you know, mentally in check, so that it doesn't become this obsession with numbers and making sure everything fits my macros. Also, with this reverse diet, I've been having 2 untracked meals a week, and I've also been kind of like lightly tracking. So unless you're in prep, if this is just kind of like a lifestyle for you, maybe have, you know, 1 or 2 untracked meals a week. Have a day where you lightly track, or you don't track everything, but you just kind of like track the first half of the day and not the second half. You don't have to track everything to get the results that you want. When I was in prep, I didn't track everything. I didn't track, like I said, condiments and coffee creamer and stuff like that. So unless you're like in prep, you don't have to track everything. It's not going to make or break you if you have one little piece of, I use candy corn as an example because I like candy corn a lot. It's not going to hurt you if you have one piece of candy corn here or there and you don't track it. That piece of candy corn is maybe 10 calories. If that, not even, I don't think. I think like 3 pieces is 10 calories. So you don't have to track everything. And the last thing I have for you guys today is don't expect perfection. There are going to be days where you hit your macros perfectly and you'll feel so accomplished and you're going to be so happy with yourself, but there are also going to be days where you're not hungry enough to eat all your macros, or you're hungrier than what your macros allow. It's not a big deal if you go over them every once in a while, especially if you're not on prep. Go over your macros if you're still hungry. Your body's telling you that you need to eat. So unless you're trying to like lose weight, you don't have to worry about being perfect. No one is perfect. Even on prep, I had days where I would go over my macros and, you know, I would feel guilty about it, but that's because I was on prep. I've gone over my macros almost every single day this month. And I still only weigh 114 now, so it was 108 on stage. It's 14 minus 8. This is really bad. I'm so bad at math. I'm only 6 pounds above stage weight, I think. Yeah, I'm 6 pounds over stage weight, and I still haven't, you know, I'm not that much over my stage weight. It's not like I gained 20 pounds in a month, even though I've gone over consistently every single day. When your body is hungry, it's telling you that you need food, and it's okay to listen to it. It is 100% okay to listen to it. So don't expect perfection. Nobody is perfect, and that's life. If it fits your macros, and it isn't gonna make or break how successful you are. So those are my tips for macro beginners, and I hope you guys get something out of this. I hope you learned something. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos for Vlogmas. I really love uploading every day. I feel like it gives me something to do, like before I go to work, especially now that I'm not in school. So I want to try to keep this going. I love, you know, making videos for you guys. So I will see you tomorrow for day 13. No, is today day 13? I think today, day 13. I don't know, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.